Okay, well, I am excited to be here tonight. I want to thank everybody. We have just such a special evening planned for you. And our co-host this evening, top leader Grace Dyck from Vancouver, Canada, 200K Select. She and Bob are, and part of the $1 Million Club, and not only co-workers together, but personal friends. And I'm excited that Grace tonight will be interviewing our very special guest. As you know, it's a great time at Zango, great new product coming out, and everybody is going to be receiving their product in the next few days. And so Grace and her guest are going to be sharing with you what to do and how to do it and some special tips. So Grace, are you there?
I am, and I am super pumped to be on this call tonight, Carolyn. Thank you so much for your kind introduction, and we are really looking forward to this call. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have a notebook or something to write with, you're going to be sorry, because the information you're going to get on this call is going to be very, very helpful to you as you move forward with our new product. So, Sandy, I guess we'll just go ahead with the slides if you want to move forward, and I'm going to bring our guest on. I want to just tell you a little bit. You know, I met this young woman in May. She is an incredibly experienced master esthetician. She has an esthetician. She also trains estheticians. She's had many years of experience. She knows products from all over the globe. Her expertise has been very, very helpful, and she was introduced to the 2-Minute Miracle about 3.5 years ago. So she's been using it and has experience with it. She's been able to help us with a lot of questions. She's also had over 18 years experience in the network marketing industry, so she understands our business model, and it gives me a great honor to have Anita Chapman on the call tonight. Anita, are you there?
I am. Hello, everyone.
Well, Anita, it's so nice to have you on, and I know we have a lot of ground to cover tonight, so you're going to want to follow along on these notes. So, Anita, as we move forward, before we bring on our first slide, which I know you're going to share a little bit about your connection to Shelley, tell us a little bit about your passion in this field and how you got started as a cosmetologist and a master esthetician.
All right. Thank you so much, Grace. I actually started in this industry when I was 18 years old. I'm now 53, so I've been in the industry for many, many years. And I've always had a passion for skincare and makeup and beauty. I went to school over 15 years ago to become a cosmetologist and a master esthetician. And then the owner of the school asked me to be one of her educators. And so that's how I became a master educator in both of those fields. A few years after that, I was approached by one of the largest European professional lines in the world to be one of their educators and their reps. And so that's when I became a rep and an educator for Janssen Cosmeceuticals. So I've been to dozens of trade shows. I've been exposed to hundreds of professional skincare lines, and I'm a product snob, officially a product snob. Anybody who knows me can tell you that. And so I'm very, very picky about what I use, and I really believe that this product is going to revolutionize the skincare industry.
Wow. Well, Anita, I know, and Sandy, I'll get you to move the slide along. I know that you had the privilege of working with and meeting Shelley a little while ago. Without going through all the details, maybe you can just tell us about your connection with Shelley and your experience with her.
Okay, great. Shelley is a wonderful person. She's so knowledgeable about products and formulation. She's also an esthetician as well. And Deidre Howard, she's one of my business partners and my best friend actually, was approached by Shelley because Deidre's a master marketer. And in the former company, Deidre and I were the ones that worked hand in hand with Shelley and created the business-to-business model for the former company. Shelley really knows her ingredients, and she's a highly integrous person. And I just absolutely love her, and her product is amazing.
So go ahead, Sandy. Something that I think has been shocking to all of us is when we talk about the 2-Minute Miracle, we have this combination of products that we see, 7 in 1. And oh my goodness, 7 in 1 just sounds too good to be true. So why don't you share with us a little bit about this, and then we'll move into some of the formulation.
Okay, great. Yes, the 2-Minute Miracle is a 7 in 1. Some people use it as cleanser, so it would be an 8 in 1 product. It is can be used as a cleanser. It is an excellent toner. It's the best exfoliator I've ever seen in the industry. It's an excellent hydrator. It brightens and evens out skin tone. It's a powerful anti-ager. It's a pore minimizer, and it can be used as a makeup primer because it leaves the skin so smooth that it will replace a makeup primer, which of course is going to save time and money for everyone. And one of the most difficult things that us as estheticians and professionals in the skincare industry have always had to deal with is that when a client gets home with their 5 or 6 or 7 products, they can't remember what order they go in. And so Shelley wanted to eliminate that confusion and the cost of professional skincare. And that's why this 2-Minute Miracle is so phenomenal and such a wonderful product.
So that's really exciting. I love it because I love how convenient it is already, and I've had the privilege of being able to practice or sample this product for a little while already. So now I know as we go on to the next slide, we're going to see there's this complex of ingredients, and maybe we'll move right into the next slide as well, Sandy. And you can tell us a little bit more about some of these key ingredients. And of course, nothing's more exciting for us, Anita, than seeing that we have mangosteen now as part of this in our process. So maybe share your knowledge on some of the ingredients that you're really familiar with that you've been exposed to in the last years using this product.
Great. And I was actually going to say, Grace, that you would probably be a better person to explain the mangosteen. You know that a lot better than I do as far as what it does, but because I've only been exposed to it since May, as you know. But the other ingredients that I know that are in this product are phenomenal ingredients. And I think we've got slides that explain each one of these ingredients. So if we want to move on to each individual slide, we could do that.
That's great. Let's do that. Sandy.
And I'm going to let you do the mangosteen.
Well, I think all of us on this call are really familiar with it, so I won't spend a lot of time. But of course, we all know about the exclusive biofermentation. We've used the mangosteen in a lot of our products. We know about the anti-inflammatory aspect of it. And I'm more than thrilled to see that Zengo was able to incorporate this into this product right away. So we still get the benefit of the mangosteen as we move into this new era of having this product. So that will be my short and skinny on it because I think people are here to hear you. So let's go forward with the next ingredients. And I realize this is a different name than we haven't seen that before. We see the scientific.
Yeah, the technical ingredient title is on the back of the bottle, but it's called antartisine, and it is an anti-aging peptide. And what this ingredient does is it targets the cell in the dermis that creates collagen and elastin. And as we go on with this PowerPoint slide, we'll go over the numbers and the phenomenal result that we get from this particular anti-aging peptide, the antartisine. Now go ahead and move to the next slide. The KBGA algae, it's a blue algae, and what's so wonderful about this ingredient is it's an excellent anti-inflammatory. So anyone who has an inflamed condition, whether it's rosacea or acne or eczema or anything like that, it's going to really help with that. It contains every essential and non-essential amino acid in it, which is really important because amino acids build peptides, and peptides build collagen and elastin, so it's a chain effect, and that's really wonderful. But the thing that is the most phenomenal about this ingredient, and it acts as the delivery system for all the other ingredients, is that it's almost an exact match to human DNA. It's almost identical molecularly. And so that's going to grab onto the other ingredients like the antartisine, and it's going to pull it down to the live layers of the dermis. And then the other ingredient, the other active ingredient that we have is the flash frozen aloe vera. Now the reason why this is so important is that this is a medical grade aloe vera. So the only other place that you're going to find this aloe is going to be in a medical setting, in a chemotherapy center or a burn unit or something like that. But this flash frozen aloe vera harnesses all 150 plus nutrients in it. And what they found with this aloe is that 3 independent studies have shown that it regenerates tissues almost 4-fold. So it's going to speed up that cell mitosis, which is really critical for when we age. And so this is what used to be the 3-in-1 complex. With the mangosteen, it's now a 4-in-1 complex, and that sets this product apart from all the competitors. Very exciting.
So, Sandy, let's move on to the next slide. And I appreciate this because a couple of things I want to quickly throw in here. So you mentioned rosacea, eczema. What about psoriasis?
It works beautifully with psoriasis. The thing that I notice the most with clients that have psoriasis, it relieves the itching. And so it will help exfoliate those dead cells. But those patches of psoriasis will renew itself every 3 to 4 days. Our skin normally renews itself every 28 to 32 days. But in those patches of psoriasis, it's greatly accelerated. So it helps remove that dead skin, but it also has hyaluronic acid in it, which helps moisturize the skin. And in those patches of psoriasis, there's zero moisture. So it's really critical that we get that moisture into those areas. And I think that's why it works so well with the itching.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the grade, and then we'll go to the next slide.
It's what we call a cosmeceutical grade. In the industry, when you hear cosmeceutical, what that means is that it's still a cosmetic, but it has a drug-like effect on the skin. And this product is a professional cosmeceutical grade. Absolutely will hold up to anything out there on the market today. I absolutely know this for a fact. It's so exciting.
So that's interesting because most of us are not trained estheticians, and we're able to have access to this level of product. That's pretty exciting for all of us out here in the marketplace. So Anita, going on to the next slide, maybe I know this is more like a science class, but Sandy, we'll get you to move it along here, and you can explain a little bit about this. I know those of you who are listening won't get to see this, but this is your classic picture of something you might see in about a grade 6 science book with the skin and the dermis and the follicle and all of that. So, now
the reason why this is important is because there's 2 things that we need in order to have younger looking skin. One, we have to increase the collagen elastin, which we'll talk about a little later. And the other one is that we have to speed up the cell mitosis. Like I said earlier, our skin renews itself every 28 to 32 days, but as we age, that slows down, and it can actually go out to 45 days. And what ends up happening is that our top layer of the skin, the stratum corneum, can get up to 100 layers thick of just dead cells. So in order to have younger looking skin, we're going to have to find a way to speed up that cell mitosis and bring it back to that 28 to 32 day cycle. And that's exactly what this product does through the patented flash frozen aloe vera. And that's why it's so exciting. That's why I wanted to show this slide, because that's one of the things that this product will do for our skin.
So for people that have, you mentioned rosacea, so people that have a lot of inflammation in their skin, this would probably, I'm assuming, help calm it. Would that be? It
does. The KBGA algae calms the skin. It's what we call deflames the skin. So it's going to help soothe and calm the skin.
And so what about, go ahead.
Go ahead, Grace.
I wanted to ask you a couple of things about maybe teenage acne and then adult onset acne as well, those 2 things which we deal with often.
Yes, and now we have a before and after slide of acne a little later on.
Okay,
There's
all right.
3, so let's talk about that when we get to that slide. Now the slide that we're on right now basically goes over what I just went over as far as speeding up the cellular turnover, so we can go to the next slide. Now this is a layer, this is a picture of the dermis. The dermis has a star-shaped cell in it called the fibroblast cell. And the fibroblast cell is what is responsible for collagen elastin production. our fibroblast cell is directly, the estrogen levels in our blood directly affect the fibroblast cell. And as we age and our estrogen levels go down, our fibroblast activity goes down, which is why sometimes women will say, I feel like my skin has changed overnight, because it kind of has, because the fibroblast cell isn't producing as much. Well, what we have found is that with the antarcticin, this targets the fibroblast cell, and 5 hours after application, the fibroblast cell goes to 125% of normal, which is phenomenal. Now, normally in professional skincare, they'll use what they call phytohormones, crimson clover, iris bulb, things like that, that will target the fibroblast cell with hormones. But this antarcticin is an anti-aging peptide that doesn't affect the hormones, which is phenomenal. I can't even tell you how phenomenal that is in skincare. So it's truly, truly an amazing product.
Wow, that's super exciting. I love hearing that kind of information, just to understand that I can have younger skin faster. Yay. I feel like I'm on a speedway. So tell us a little about hyaluronic acid. This is a really common buzzword out there. We see a lot of products in the marketplace with this.
Exactly.
Explain a little bit more about this.
Hyaluronic acid, every single professional skincare line in the industry uses hyaluronic acid. Why? Because it is the most powerful moisture binder known to man. It can hold 1,000 times its weight in moisture. And so if I were to take a Petri dish of powdered hyaluronic acid, set it on my table, and come back in 4 hours, it would actually be a paste, because it pulls moisture out of the air. That's how powerful of a moisture binder it is. And so this product also has hyaluronic acid in it. And so that's why we say that it's a hydrator, because it will bind that moisture to the hyaluronic acid.
So for people that maybe have drier skin or tendency, women like my age and older, would it be helpful for them, because I understand there's no lipids in this product, will they need to use some sort of a moisture as well?
Yes. Anyone who has truly dry skin, or is, I would say, over the age of 45, they should be following up with a very high-quality moisturizer.
So one of the things that we have in our line, Anita, is our pericarp oil with our skin brightener, and those two combinations, I think, will add the moisture that people are looking for as they start using this product, especially if they find it, because of what it does. I understand for myself, even I still manage to have some glimpse. I've been still using my glimpse. But yeah, it'll be an important piece. So thank you for educating us on that part. Next slide, please. There we go. That's 125%.
So this is the slide where I talk about, where I've kind of gone over this already, where it's this antarcticin speeds up the fibroblast cell to 125% of normal. And I believe the next slide shows some numbers. I'm hoping it's the next slide.
Yes, it is. It is.
All right. So these are just visible results from just ordinary people. I think Shelley said that they put it on 30 different people, random people, and 100% of the users felt that their skin was more hydrated, and 100% of them felt like the skin clarity was significantly improved. 97% felt like they had an improvement in their skin radiance and glow, and 92% in their skin firmness. These are phenomenal numbers for one-time use. This is a wow product that has a 97% reorder rate. Phenomenal. Absolutely unheard of in the industry. Not just in network marketing, but in skincare industry.
That's really interesting because of your expertise and knowledge across the board with all types of products. For you to come forward with those statements are pretty powerful, Anita, and certainly you have affirmed to us the power of this product. So that's really great to see that. And certainly people that have already tried it can see those visible results right away. So let's go on to the next slide, Sandy. So here's that first before and after. For those of you listening, sorry, this is a before and after picture.
And for those of you who can see this picture, you'll notice the thing that I noticed the first off was the furrow between the eyebrows. the dramatic difference that it makes. If you use this product once a day for a month, the clinical trials show that you will have almost a 50% reduction in wrinkle depth with this one product. Phenomenal.
That's amazing. And
right.
I can also be a testimony for that as well. So let's go on to the next one, the skin tone and texture slide.
Now this gal here, and this is, and as a professional, one of the reasons I get so excited and I get goosebumps when I start talking about ethnic skin, because technically, traditionally, ethnic skin is very difficult to treat. And the reason it is because the melanocyte in their skin, which is the cell that creates the color in the skin, there is larger than ours. And it's also hyperactive. So if you poke at it with something aggressive, like if someone really is trying to pop a pimple, or if they do something aggressive to their skin, it will leave pigmentation behind, because that melanocyte produced more melanin because of the inflammation. And so we have to be really careful traditionally with ethnic skin. So we're able to achieve a result with ethnic skin that traditionally would cost thousands of dollars to treat, whether it's hyperpigmentation or acne on ethnic skin, and we can do it and get almost the exact result without that expense and without the pain for the client. So you'll notice in this picture she's got hyperpigmentation on her chin and on her cheeks, and this is 1 month later, using it once a day. And this gal, she said, she would never leave the house without makeup, and now she doesn't even wear makeup. She goes out without any makeup. So it's very empowering.
Wow, that's great. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, next slide.
This is a picture of eczema. This is on a 4-year-old boy, on the back of his knee, and then the next morning. And you can see the inflammation has dramatically gone down.
So just let's go there for a minute. So inflamed skin. What about can a small child use this if they have sensitive skin? I know we talked about cradle cap and a few things. Yes, I have actually used it on a 2-week-old baby. So it's so gentle that you can use it. People who cannot use any other product, as long as they don't have an aloe vera allergy to it, people with sensitive skin are relieved that they can get this kind of a result from a product that's not going to make them have a reaction. And so what about scarring? Scarring, it will help minimize, just because we are exfoliating the skin, but it cannot eliminate scars. Stretch marks, if your stretch marks are pink or purple, that means they're still in the healing phase. So again, it will help minimize it. But if your stretch marks are white, that is scar tissue, and you're just kind of stuck with those. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Boy, our time is flying here. Yeah, I know. These are the numbers I was talking about. Okay, and I get so excited when I see this slide, because I have to tell you that my Janssen line, the regeneration line in Janssen, which has the hormones, the phytohormones in it. And again, this is a professional European line, one of the best in the world, increases skin elasticity by 20%. Our product, if you look at this, after 15 days of use, increases of elastin levels is 31.5%. That's over 11% more than my European professional line. Phenomenal. Probably a little less pricey as well, I might add. Oh, much less, much less. So let's go to the next couple of slides here pretty quick, Sandy. Okay. We'll just talk about that elasticity. Go ahead, Sandy. Okay. This is another picture. This gal was paid to only put it on half of her face for a month, and you can see a dramatic lifting, skin tone, and wrinkle depth results here. Next slide. Gosh. That's amazing. Yeah, let's go forward on the next slide. Now this is the acne. Traditionally, this is someone who has Asian skin, so it's ethnic skin, very difficult to treat. Traditionally, I would put him on active home care
for 3 weeks, which would cost anywhere from $250 to $500 to get him on active home care. And then he'd have to do a series of chemical peels that's going to make him peel for 10 days. They're very painful. He'll peel like a snake. Okay, and he does a series of 6. So we're looking at $3,000 to treat this grade of acne. He started the product, that's the far left picture, 15 days is in the middle, and the far right is after a month of using the product once a day. Phenomenal result. I can't even stress how phenomenal that is. This is why I say this product is going to revolutionize the skincare industry.
No kidding. No kidding. Wow. Let's go to the next slide, Sandy. I want to get through them all.
I chose this picture because I wanted this picture because even though she's a younger gal, she's 28 Asian-year-old. A 28-year-old Asian. You can really see the lifting effect in the cheek area in the after picture.
And also the hyperpigmentation has changed a bit too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see how the skin has tightened up and lifted.
So going back to the acneic one, I was just wondering about teenage acne then. So for moms that have kids that are, maybe not this severe, and I mean, I love that it can be used for, boys and girls or young teenagers and so forth, because so often things are focused on young girls and not on young men, and this is a great product, it looks like, for either or.
Yes, it is. And, guys, they like very simple stuff. They don't want anything perfumed, and that's why men love this product, is because it's one step, doesn't have any fragrance, and it really helps. So acne, the reason why it helps so much for the acne is because there's 3 factors of acne. There's dead cells, bacteria, and oil. And, of course, the exfoliating part of this is going to get rid of one of the factors of acne, which is the dead cells. But there's also a low level of salicylic acid, which is antibacterial, and it will also dissolve the dead cells, which is why it works so well with acne.
And what about age spots as well?
Those, you've taken a whole lifetime to get them, so you have to be really patient. It's going to take a while to get rid of them, but if you use this product every day, it'll greatly minimize that hyperpigmentation. The skin is like an elephant, though. It has a memory, so you need to make sure that once you've got this hyperpigmentation lifted, don't go out in the sun and suntan again, or it'll come right back.
Now, I notice here, and we'll zip through these here as well, so you say great for pedicures, professional level as well? Do people use them at professional level? Yes. Okay.
Elbows, knees, toe, yeah. And then you can, excellent for treating acne. And then also another place that you can use this on a professional level and also at home is post-waxing and shaving for ingrown hairs. It works great for helping eliminate ingrown hairs.
I think it does more than 7 things then. Let's keep going here.
No, I know. It's so exciting.
Next slide, Sandy. Thanks.
Okay,
wow.
So this is just feedback from people around the globe. Helps lighten hyperpigmentation, eczema. It helps anywhere on the body. Cradle cap. You can use this for peeling skin after waxing or laser after you do laser hair removal. It helps with breakouts. This is stuff we've already talked about. If you want to go to the next slide.
Yeah, let's do the next slide. So I want to ask a couple of questions around this before we get in here, because I want to make sure we get this covered. So I ordered the gel from Zango. It's an Aeris brand. Mm-hmm. I know right now Zango is still in our pre-launch, so I can only get it in a 6-pack. And a couple of things. First of all, how much would I apply if I was using this product, and what's the best time of day to use it?
I use it right after I get out of the shower. I get dressed, walk around, because I never use it as a cleanser. And then after the bathroom is aired out, so there's not a lot of humidity, that's when I apply it before I do my makeup in the morning. That's when I do it. But you can do it at night as well.
Okay. So you do it in the morning. I noticed you said you don't use it as a cleanser. So 2 questions then. One, I could use it as a cleanser, right?
Yes, you can. Someone who, I wear a lot of makeup, and so someone who doesn't wear a lot of makeup, or most men don't wear makeup, they can use it as a cleanser.
Okay.
And that's
so, but if I do cleanse, Anita, it's okay for me to just take my makeup off at night or whatever, and then I could use this at night, or I could use it in the morning on clean skin as well, right?
Yeah. And yes, in fact, someone who has a problem with either grade 2, or grade 3 acne, they can actually use this product twice a day, in the morning and at night. That's what actually I would recommend that they do for someone who has grade 3 acne.
Okay, and how much would I actually apply?
You're going to want to use about a small marble size. You know, you have those big marbles, but I'm talking about a smaller marble, and that should cover the entire face. If you put too little on, then it will dry out before you can get to that watery consistency to exfoliate. If you put too much on, then the gel just sits there for a long time, and it will, sit there for 2 minutes before it will actually start to turn. So that's how you can tell whether you've got a little too much or not enough.
So this isn't a product like if a little is good, a lot must be really good.
No.
But conversely, this isn't a product that says I'm going to try and make my jar last for 3 months and just use a little bit.
Right. I mean, you won't get the true results that you're looking for unless you're using it once a day, every day.
And it's okay to use it once a day?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Wow, that's exciting. So not too thick and not too thin.
Let me explain. I know we're out of time, but I do want to explain this. Some people are going to say, especially the professionals like me, because we're told don't exfoliate more than 3 times a week with normal to oily skin, and only do it once a week for dry skin. The reason that we've heard that through the years is because traditional ways of exfoliation, whether it's with a scrub or a acid like an AHA wash, wound the skin. And that's why you could only do it 2 or 3 times a week. But this product heals the skin as it's exfoliating the skin, which is why you can use it every day.
Wow, that's awesome information. I appreciate that. Well, I'm sure we could go for another hour with a minimum. Certainly, I feel like we're really cheating people on this, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want this product after hearing this call tonight. And so I want to ask you, Anita, as you have seen this 6-pack come out, tell me how people can market this 6-pack, because people are going, well, I just want to try it first before I even get some. Maybe you could share a little bit about your experience about what happens when people try this product.
Well, as I said before, it has a 97% reorder rate. My experience with this, I have had months where I will go through 200 jars a month. So the fact that they're offering this 6-jar pack for everyone, you are going to need to stock up on this, because if you only get one of these packs, you will be out of product within 3 days. And I'm not kidding.
I can attest to that, because I've been meeting some of my friends one-on-one, and they're like, have you got it? And I'm like, not right now. Well, how can I get it? Give me a jar right away. As soon as yours comes in, I want it.
Right.
Certainly I've gone through it. Yeah.
Exactly. What they're going to experience is you're going to do a test on their hand or on their face, and they're going to say, I have to have this product. I want a jar. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it yet. They're going to get angry at you. So you need to have it on hand.
Well, we are really excited about it. I know there's a lot of questions people are sending me. Somebody asked me about skin tags, and what about warts, things like that. Just a few tips on that. It doesn't
do anything for skin tags or warts.
Okay, good to know.
Warts is a virus, and so it's the human papillomavirus, and so it doesn't do anything for warts.
Wow. Well, I have to tell you, Anita, this is just a lot of great information. I appreciate you flying through these slides. It's probably the fastest time you've ever done that, and it's a record. But you've answered a lot of questions. I love this slide on the men. I've got to just quickly say, I've had a test jar of this product for a while, and I begged my husband to try it. And, the only way he tried it is when Joan Pretty told him about it, because his wife doesn't know. Typical third party. But, oh, my gosh, he's loving it already and using it because somebody else told him about it. So I love that men can use this and again, they exfoliate their cheeks because they shave. But I don't know the men that are using a full skincare product.
Well, and this is the thing most people don't realize, but the men are the fastest growing segment of skincare. So please don't overlook the men in your life, because they are actually really searching for something like that. And like I said, it doesn't have any perfume. It's one step. Men are very simple. But the thing about men, too, that we know as an industry, they're extremely loyal. So if you can get this into a man's hand and he likes it, he'll probably buy it from you for life.
Well, and how great is it that it's just one thing? It's so uncomplicated. They don't have to look at their wife's. Your bathroom counter is going to be cleaned off. They can just use this product. So,
Exactly.
Anita, thank you so much. I just want to remind everybody you can order this product direct from Zango. Okay, it's a 6-pack. Pricing is phenomenal. I don't know how they got the price to this level, but $239.70 for a 6-pack. That's U.S. dollars plus your tax and shipping. I highly recommend that you phone it in, get your order in ASAP, because the last thing you want to do is find out you should have or you could have and you didn't. So Anita, any closing words for us? We will definitely be having you back before we wrap this call up.
I am just so excited for everybody on this call. We have waited for 2 years to get this back into a venue where, Zango is such an amazing company. And Deidre and I are just so excited to have this back in the hands of clients and distributors. I can't stress to you enough how well this sells and how overjoyed you're going to be at the potential that you're going to be able to, as far as income, that you're going to be able to make selling this product.
Well, thank you again. I know that September is a fantastic time specifically for women as they move forward into the fall. They're looking for these kinds of treatments. They're looking to get their skin back after the summer, after they played too much golf or were driving around or doing whatever it takes. So what a great time to get on the bandwagon with this product. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on. Thank you, Sandy, for putting the slides on for us. Thank you, Anita. Again, we'll have you back on. This is our time, guys. Make sure you don't miss it. And have a great night tonight. We'll be on this call again next Monday night, the Maximize Monday call. It's always a webinar, easy to log into, easy to listen to. And make sure you get your Aeris and do your 2-minute miracle. Thanks, everyone, and good night.